start against Seattle?
No, we're still evaluating it.
When will you make a decision?
This week, later on in the week.
What's going to be the main thing you're looking for in making that decision?
After we keep evaluating what we're doing and just kind of see where we need to go and what gives us the best chance to win, and we'll make it based off of that. And it will be later on in the week.
You've been saying kind of all year that Tyrod would start to be healthy. Is this a difficult decision for you to have to maybe change?
No, Christian, not when you're looking at the way we've been playing. The way our offense has been playing, obviously the job of our quarterback is to score points and get us in the end zone. And we haven't done that very well, and we're going to see what we need to do to get that corrected. And that's why we're doing the evaluation right now.
What did you think about Davis after he came in yesterday?
I thought he did a good job. I thought he made one bad throw yesterday, the one throw that could have been intercepted that Chris Culley did a nice job of breaking up. But other than that, I thought he did a good job. I mean, he handled things well. Had a couple of alerts that he didn't hit on the run game that we needed to go the other way. He went the other way with it, but that's common when he hasn't been practicing and taking those reps. But I thought he did a good job, and I thought he threw the ball well.
The intentional grounding, and then I think there was another that he was off the mark with. What happened with those two throws, and just seemed like there was some miscommunication?
Brooks, it was just a miscommunication. It was a miscommunication, and they came up in press coverage. He thought the guy was going to do one thing, and the receiver did another thing. It was simply a miscommunication with he and the receiver being on the same page, and the receiver was right in that particular situation.
John, the other issues on offense, getting the receivers more involved. What's it going to take to get more receivers beyond Brandon this game?
Well, it was one of those games where we tried to get other guys involved, but we just weren't able to do it. We missed a couple of throws yesterday that Ty and the receivers should have been pitch and catch with that we didn't get. We had a couple of we had illegal formation that we had where we got a big play down the field that ended up bringing the ball back. But there were throws to them that we just didn't connect. We hit and miss with those throws.
How do you plan to divvy up the quarterback reps on Wednesday if you make the decision later in the week?
Whoever our starter will be taking those reps.
On Wednesday, so you'll know by Wednesday who your starter is.
I'm hoping that way.
With Tyrod, how is his wrist feeling today?
He's getting an MRI. They're still evaluating it, and we'll just kind of see how it is. We don't really have the results right now.
It's his non-throwing wrist.
It's the left arm.
So the decision by Wednesday is more of a film review, team study type thing?
Well, team study and just what gives us the best chance to win and moving forward with the team we're playing and how we've been offensively and what we feel like after we sit down and today and tomorrow and see exactly what we need to do, where we need to go, we'll make that decision.
When you made that decision in the middle of the game, since Nick Caserio's on the headset, do you talk to him through that decision? Was he part of the process?
No, I made the decision myself.
And regarding Tyrod's handling of the ball, since it was his non-throwing hand, what are the aspects of kind of handling the ball you were worried about him capable of doing?
He couldn't grip the ball, him gripping the ball when the ball was being snapped to him. He had trouble gripping the ball. His hand was swelling up, and that was why.
Have a conversation with the two quarterbacks, kind of tell them where you're at and what you're thinking?
I haven't had a conversation at all right now.
David, how much does Tyrod, who obviously has more mobility and has some good runs this year that Mills lacks, does that play into a decision with the mobility, especially when the quarterbacks get blitzed and pressured?
Well, it plays more so is when you're throwing the football. Obviously, you need to get the ball out quick when those kind of things are happening. And I really feel like Davis, when he was playing earlier, did a good job of doing that. Now, it's obviously yesterday when he came in the game, you probably saw that more blitzes started coming. And he did a good job of getting the ball off, and he also did a good job of using his feet to keep plays alive and actually got us a couple of first downs. But it is important to be able to have that mobility, and I think he doesn't have Tyrod's mobility, but he has enough mobility to be able to move around.
You're talking about Tyrod gripping the ball. You're talking about taking the snap.
Taking the snap. Right, exactly right. Mm-hmm.
Is it a medical decision where you're not having to make a football decision?
No, it'll be a football decision.
So you think he would be healthy enough to play and all that?
We'll know later on in the week.
Do you think Tyrod came back a little bit too early from that hamstring injury?
No, not at all. The hamstring is no issue at all. No issue at all. He's been healthy.
What did you think of Justin Britt and Christian Kirksey in their first games back on IR?
I thought they played well. Justin, obviously it was good having Justin back. He does a nice job up there of directing things with our guards, making calls, and the quarterbacks obviously have a real good comfort level with him. I thought Christian played really good considering that he'd been out for a while.
Do you expect Laramie Tunsil to return this week?
I don't know if he'll return this week. We're taking it day by day with him, and we'll just kind of see.
Has a
His
reputation.
decision belongs to Tunsil, or is it the doctors and the trainer that makes that decision?
It's a combination of things, John.
Tyrod has a reputation for taking care of the ball. What do you think has been different about him this season?
Aaron, I wish I could answer that. I'm not really sure. You're right. That hasn't been his MO. I don't really have an answer for that. I'm not really sure. It's just that those aren't things that he has done through his history. It's happened, and yesterday, the very first play of the game was one of those situations where, in the past, he'd ran the ball, but he threw it, and it was a bad decision.
Are there other aspects of his game, whether it be just overall accuracy or how much he's pushing the ball downfield, anything that doesn't maybe line up with what your expectation was of how he was going to play when you saw him?
No, the only expectation I had of him was him taking care of the football. And when he takes care of the football, when he's done that through his career, he's been a good quarterback, and that hasn't happened the last few ball games.
In the next couple of days, as you're making the decision, how much, when you're building around the offense around these two quarterbacks, are there differences in what kind of reveals, like trying to get something going with the offense?
Well, we've had Davis for those games that he's already started, and we kind of adjusted when we had him as a quarterback and when Tyrod got hurt. So we'll go back and look at those things that he did, and he did well, and we'll adjust it to him. And some of the things we had in for Tyrod, we won't have in for him because of the mobility thing within the run game.
You mentioned after yesterday's loss that you guys are going to reevaluate a lot of things. How much of that is also going to go into the coaching staff, especially with Tim Culley as the play caller?
No, there's no problem. I have no problem at all with Tim calling the plays or any of the guys on our staff.
After the New England game, when Mills played his best game, are you surprised that he did, not that he played that well in the game, but he just seemed to regress? The offense seemed to regress. Were you surprised by that?
I wasn't surprised so much as that day, with the way they played us and the way he played and the way things went that day, he made good decisions. He there wasn't a lot of pressure on him. They played a defense where they didn't blitz a bunch, and he was able to execute, and he did things. And I thought that day he played well enough for us to win that ball game. And obviously he's a rookie, so when you get a rookie in there, just like yesterday, they blitzed us more when he went in the game than they did when we had Tyrod in the game.
When you were talking about Tim Culley just then, you said any other person on the staff with play calling. Do you mean anyone else would do that?
No, I'm just saying I'm happy with all the guys on our staff with what they're doing, the job they're doing. Okay, you got it.